Okay, ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, all appropriate ages, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, with may be. Hope you're staying safe and healthy. Now, as I said, this is going to be the other video that I was talking about. And it's something that I only saw on Wednesday night. And it's a post in the forums from Rebecca. And it's talking about a lot of things. So here we go. And as you can see, I went back into the gorgeous Obsidian Oberon. Now, when is Nightwave Series 3 Glassmaker ending? This is a big one. Our last October post. Yet it's now, we're almost halfway through November. Jesus Christ. This year's gone by quick and it's been shit. So, since we are launching on next gen, we don't want players joining the Nintendo fold and having a Glassmaker experience that's only 1 month long or less. So for this reason, we are running Glassmaker until the end of 2020, and in January next year we will be swapping into Intermission 3, which will bring back old items and offer duplicate protection for those who already have items. At that time in January, we'll have a post up about our plans for Nightwave based on 3 series of experience, one of which endured a pandemic. So we've got Glassmaker till the end of the year, and then January will be the 3rd intermission. And then we've got Deimos Arcana and Public Test Weekend. New content, new arcanes, bounties and more. Arcana is well into development. Our next planned deployment is update 29.5 Deimos Arcana. We will only be hotfixing in an emergency. A summary of Deimos Arcana can be seen here. So we've got, with the update, we've got the second mech, which they're sticking with the name of Bone Widow. Part 2 of the Zacho changes, the Gara Collider skin, the Steel Path Plus Acolytes, the Conservation changes, new Deimos bounties, infested kit guns, 7 new weapons, new arcanes and 4 new augments. And they are doing a public test cluster this weekend. As for the arcanes, we are releasing new arcanes called Residuals and Theorems. These are meant to be synergized arcanes for infested kit guns and Warframes to play off each other. So the Residuals, which are infested kit gun arcanes, residual boils, 20% chance to grow cysts on the corpse for 12 seconds that explode for 80 heat damage in 10 meters, and applying heat damage type to Theorem arcanes. Residual Malador, 20% chance to create a frigid mist for 12 seconds, dealing 40 cold damage a second and applying cold damage to Theorem arcanes. Residual Shock, 20% chance to electrify the corpse for 12 seconds, dealing 200 electricity damage to enemies within 10 meters and applying electrical damage to Theorem arcanes. Residual Viremia, can't believe I got that right the first time. 20% chance to create a pool of toxic blood for 12 seconds, dealing 40 toxin damage a second and applying toxin damage to Theorem arcanes. As for the Theorem arcanes, we've got Infection, standing in the zone created by Residual Arcane, increases damage of companions and summoned allies within 60 meters by 4% a second, stacking up 15 times. Effect persists for 5 seconds upon leaving the zone. Contagion, standing in the zone created by Residual Arcane, creates a globe that orbits the player every 2 seconds. The globes will strike the nearest enemy within 5 meters, dealing 100 damage and applying a status effect. Globes will persist for 8 seconds upon leaving the zone. Demulcent, or Demulcent, however you want to pronounce it, however your syllables work. Standing in a zone created by Residual Arcane, increases weapon damage by 4% a second, stacking up to 15 times. Effect persists for 5 seconds upon leaving the zone. And that's that for the arcanes. Sound interesting. Movember. Our support of men's health continues this year and the Mustache Tradition is back. Check out our contest here and there's a forum link. The next dev stream will be all about Lavos. For those wanting to learn more about our very own alchemist with a serpentine twist, our next dev stream will all will be all about Lavos. Stay tuned for a date. Gen Round 19 Part 1 is coming to consoles with the Deimos Arcana update, because yeah, we still haven't had Part 1 yet. PC has had both of them by now. It's coming with the Arcana on consoles. Some of our most popular Gen items ever await keen fashion experts on console, and I'm still holding with bated breath to see if we actually get the full Gen collection this time around. And then, will we still get everything for Part 1? Will we still get everything for Part 2? Time will tell. For the creators, we continue to grow the creator program with some new faces being added. Check out some amazing creators at warframe.com/creators. And then another link to their Discord server, because they are ramping up their plans for a more active Discord community. And that was pretty much it. So there's going to be a test cluster this weekend for Deimos Arcana. So expect to see some first impressions and initial thoughts on what everything's going to look like and how everything's going to act. One thing it didn't say in that though. Oh, well, it did say 7 new weapons, so I'm guessing that's including the new necromech weapons in that, which is the sword and shield and the grenade launcher, which they better release before they get rid of Arcwing missions. Otherwise, it's just going to be. Otherwise, the only place you're ever going to really be able to level them up is in railjack missions, or if you grab him, mag them, and drop him in on a mission like Hydron. But I doubt they're getting rid of Arcwing missions anytime soon. They talked about it, but they haven't actually given a specific date. But yeah, so test server this weekend for Deimos Arcana. Wonder who's going to get into that. Nightwave ends in December, or at least the very end of December anyway. Will they push it into January? Maybe. Who knows? We'll just have to wait and see what happens. But yeah, that is pretty much that. And now I'm going to go to work for the rest of the day. Fucking yippee. And I think I'm at work for pretty much all of Friday as well. But being a key worker sucks. But then again, on a plus side, it's like being a key worker. My routine in life hasn't changed at all this year, to be honest. I've just had to be more careful around other family members that have had to shield. But then again, I just still played it safe and have not visited them. So yeah, this year's been shit. Anyway, that's enough rambling on. I'm gonna go get ready, and I shall see you all later.